Hey there everybody, Justin Johnston, Taker of Toil. I just went to Harbor Freight and picked up a new air compressor. This is the Fortress Ultra Quiet 10 gallon. I was really annoyed by my old one, the Rigid. It's a more or less for operating a nail gun, and it's really loud. And it doesn't quite have enough capacity to run my plasma. So we're going to do a bit of an unboxing here. It's got these bolts. I think they go for the wheels. It looks like they're just kind of stuck in here. Ugh. I will say this is heavy. There we go. I'm going to take these and just set them here for now. I have them out of the way. I like those wheels. They're heavy duty. So it feels like HTP with like a rubber wheel on it. Let's see. I'm not sure how much assembly is going to be required, but you have. It doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot. This thing's mostly assembled. It is heavy. I do like this. Like I was able to actually lift it. Alright. Got a couple of little rubber feet. It'd be nice to make it not be too wiggly. Alright. Alright, that came off pretty easily. Alright, and now I'm guessing I just put the wheels on. Let's see, does it say to looks like we have bolt, washer, nut, and that goes on the inside. So bolt, and the nut and the washer on the opposite side, and it should be simple. All right. Look at that. Here. By the way, that is a 17. We want it nice and tight. It's got a lock washer, so I don't have to go overboard. Okay, let's do the other side. Bust out the 17. There we go, nice and snug. All right, rolls nice. I like it. All right, I'm not sure what these extra washers are for. I don't know. So in that package, it does come with 4 extra washers. Looking at this diagram, there's definitely no spot to put the washers. And looking at the rest of this manual, there is nothing in here. So I guess I have 4 extra washers. I am really curious how this compares to my rigid. I'm going to shut this light off so I have another power. My rigid is so loud that I can't really film anything. I'm curious. Okay, we have it plugged in. I can hear it, but I could have a conversation in this room. Wow. And this should put out like twice as much air as my rigid could. This is my rigid right here. I'm just going to check the decibel rating here of this. It says it's supposed to be 69. I'm going to pump out some air until it kicks on, and we'll see what it is. I'm, standing right next to it. I think I'm supposed to stand arm's length away. That's the air going. Wait till the machine kicks on. There it goes. All right, so according to this, it's 76. Decibels. Not 69 like it says, but 76 is definitely better than my rigid. Looks like as it fills, it might get a little bit louder. All right. Background in my garage is apparently about 25. All right, I'm going to plug in the rigid. 87. All right, so we have 87 and 76-ish. So it's about 11 decibels lower, which decibels is a logarithmic scale, so it's actually like multiple times quieter. You'll notice it if you're in the room. You can actually talk. With the rigid on, you have to yell. With the Fortress on, I can talk. So conversationally, so I'm holding at arm's length now away, and you can see that conversationally, your conversation's around high 60s, low 70s decibels. So I would say this is like a very loud conversation. It's not, definitely not silent. It's not ultra quiet. It's about 11 decibels lower than the rigid, which is super loud and annoying. I have to wear like ear protection just to use that other one. This one I don't feel like I need to use ear protection. So I do like this Fortress air compressor. It costs about $300, which is about 3 times the amount that the rigid would cost. I think I paid $100 for that. I don't know. It's been a few years since I bought that one. The difference in noise is substantial. It's much quieter to run the Fortress. You have to remember that the decibels, the way that sound rating works, it's on a logarithmic scale. So even though it's only 11 decibels different, it's not. It's more like multiples of sound as you drop. So it's like 10 times less loud. It's not as quiet as like your refrigerator. It's definitely louder. It's kind of like the sound of your running engine on your truck or your car. Maybe, if you have it parked in your garage. So it's loud enough that it's noticeable, but it is not so loud that you need hearing protection. That's that's kind of what I would say. At $300 versus $100, it depends on your use case. If you're outside, the rigid is not going to be a problem. So if you're doing framing, which is really what that's designed for, is working like framing out a house or something like that, the rigid is going to be just fine. It's also only got 6 gallons versus 10 gallons for the Fortress. It's only got, what does this one do? 2.6 cubic feet per minute on the rigid versus 4.3 cubic feet per minute on the Fortress. That additional volume will be great for running my plasma. The extra, the larger tank will make it smoother running the plasma. The pressure won't go up and down as much. So I think it'll definitely do what I want. Easier, better. Running the plasma is the main thing I wanted it for. And I think it will allow me to do longer cuts without having to stop and wait for it to fill up. And I won't need to wear hearing protection every time I run it in my garage. So I think it's worth it. How does it compare to, it's probably the most comparable compressor is probably the California Tools 10 gallon. That one costs, I think, $450 or so new plus tax. So you're talking like 400 and I don't know, what is it, 470, 480 probably. And if you're having to ship it, which a lot of times those California Tools, I never see them at stores. I think you have to ship a lot of times. So you're gonna probably pay an extra, I don't know, $60 to ship it. So it's basically twice as much, I think, for California Tools for the same version. So I'm curious, the California Tools has the same rating of decibels. The iPhone, I don't know how accurate the decimeter is on the iPhone that I'm using to record that, but it seems that it would have, if it's rated at 69, the Fortress. I don't think it's, obviously the iPhone says it's like 76. I don't know, maybe they're measuring further away. Sound decreases the further you are away from it, the loudness. So maybe they rate these different. So I'm not sure if the California Tools is actually 69, or if it's the iPhone. Maybe they're the same. Maybe the California Tools is quieter. I don't have one to compare it to, but the Fortress is definitely a big step up from the rigid. So if you are annoyed by the loudness of your compressor, I do recommend the Fortress. You get it at Harbor Freight. It's a good deal. It feels well built. I think it's going to do well for me running my plasma. Catch you on the next one.